Hey guys, today we're going to start target 7C. 7C is all about like solutions of polynomials. Alright, so we're really solving polynomial equations. So I have a flip screen because we are going to need our calculator a little bit today, a graphing calculator. So you can either follow along with the calculator on your own computer, or if you have a handheld one, any graphing calculator will be able to do what we're doing today. So, our only vocabulary is what is a solution. A solution is the value of x for which the value of the function, so your y, is 0. You can also call them roots or x-intercepts. We've seen that before. So solutions, roots, and x-intercepts are all the same thing. So if I look at example 1, right, it says use your calculator to find the following solutions of the following polynomial functions. So it's our x-intercepts. So that's what we're going to do. So on my calculator, I'm going to open a new document. And then we are going to add, not save. Now we're going to add a graph. In my calculator. Here we go. So I'm just going to graph this function first. So it's going to be 5x to the third. Make sure you come down from the exponent, plus 21x squared minus 21x minus 5. So I'm looking for here are zeros, my x-intercept. And x-intercept where it crosses the x-axis. So if I look, I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. So then in order to find these, all we do is menu, 6, analyze graph, kind of like that's what we did with minimums and maximums, and that first one is 0. So menu 6, 1. So menu 6, 1, and just like before, it's just to the left of it and to the right of it. And even though it's a point, we're finding solutions, so we're going to write it as x equals -5. Same thing for our second one. Menu 6, 1, to the left of it, to the right of it, and so that equals -0.2. And our last one, menu 6, 1, to the left of it, to the right of it. And we get x equals 1. Alright, so this is my 3 solutions for this polynomial. Looking at example 2, I'm actually going to show you a different way. So that is our first way, you can graph it. That works on any graphing calculator. Our second way will only work on the TI Inspires if you have like the 84. Just use the graphing method. The second way, you use the calculator. And it's menu 331 when you're under the calculator. And menu 331. So menu 3, which is algebra, 3, which is polynomial tools, and 1, finding the root of the polynomial. Remember, roots are the same as the solution. So the first thing I have to do is put in the degree. The degree for this one is cubed. So that's 3. And for now, we're only going to find real roots, so don't worry about that next one. And then you hit enter, so trying to move down or whatever is how ideal for you. Now here, this is just what my numbers in front are. So it's going to be 3, -4, -9, and 10. If you're missing a place, if you're missing one of the things, just like long division, you will have to put in a 0. Okay? So 3, I'm going to hit tab, it's the easiest one. -4, tab, -9, tab, and 10. And then check your polynomial, make sure it looks the same, and then hit enter. Right, and here are my roots. X equals -5 thirds, 1, and 2. Okay? So those are your two different methods for using your calculator to find your roots. Whichever way you want to use, it's fine by me. Okay? Alright, that's pretty much it for our calculator, our big calculator section for this part. So, I will full screen this part. So let's look at example 2. Example 2 is given the factors, write the polynomial. So for A, right, 2x minus 1 and x minus 5, this is more like what we were doing before. We're going to start our polynomial always by writing f of x first. So f of x equals, right, if these are my factors, all I'm doing is multiplying them. 2x minus 1 and x minus 5. So then, just like we were doing before, all I'm going to be doing is distributing twice. So I have 2x times x, which is 2x squared, and 2x times -5, which is -10x. And then I have 2x, so I distributed 2x, now I need to distribute -1. So I have -1 times x, and -1 times -5. So -1 times x is -x. -1 times -5 is +5. And like before, our last step is to combine like terms. So -10x and -x. So I get 2x squared minus 11x plus 5. Right? Alright, looking at B. Now I have 3 terms. So what that means is f of x equals x minus 3 times 3x plus 1 times x plus 1. When I have multiple terms, I'm only ever going to do 2 at a time. Okay? Don't want to go crazy and try to multiply all 3 at once. It doesn't work. So f of x equals, so I'm going to ignore x plus 1 for now. I'm just going to cross it out for now. Okay? So I have x times 3x, which is 3x squared, and x times 1, which is x. And then -3 times 3x, which is -9x, and -3 times 1, which is -3. I'm going to combine my like terms here. So f of x equals 3x squared plus x minus 9x is minus 8x minus 3. Okay? So I've multiplied the first two. Now I have to bring back that x plus 1. Now we multiply again. Okay, so now I'm just distributing again. So I have 3x squared times x, which is 3x cubed. 3x squared times 1, which is plus 3x squared. I have -8x times x, which is minus 8x squared. -8x times 1, which is minus 8x. Then I have -3 times x, which is minus 3x. And -3 times 1, which is minus 3. Now again, I'm just combining like terms. So f of x equals 3x cubed 3x squared minus 8x squared is minus 5x squared. Negative 8x minus 3x is negative 11x minus 3. And there is my function. Okay? So just multiply 2 at a time. Once you multiply 2, bring in your next one. If there's more, you just keep bringing them in. Alright, let's look at example 3. Example 3 says the volume of a box is 74 inches cubed. The width, the length, and the height of the box are x, x plus 4, and x minus 1. So what is the value of x? To know this, I have to remember what the volume of a box is. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay? So my volume is 74 equals length is x, width is x plus 4, height is x minus 1. I'm going to keep the 74 out here. In order to solve this, again, I'm going to ignore my last one, and I want to just multiply these. So, there's just one thing to distribute, that's nice. X squared plus 4x. Nothing to combine, so then I need to add back in my x minus 1. Keeping the 74 on the outside, I have distribute. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times negative 1 is minus x squared. Then the 4x. 4x times x is plus 4x squared. 4x times negative 1 is minus 4x. So I have x cubed minus x squared plus 4x squared minus 4x. So here I do have to combine like terms. 74 equals x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x. Okay. So now I want to find the solutions of this. In order to find the solutions, to find the zeros, I need it set equal to 0. So whatever is on this side, I need to get rid of. So I'm going to subtract 74 from both sides. So x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x minus 74 equals 0. So now I can use my calculator the same way we did before. Either using menu 331 or graphing to find my zeros. Again, this is a degree of 3. And my numbers are, there's a 1 in front of that x cubed, 3, negative 4, and negative 74. And the only answer I get is 3.65. So our answer is x equals 3.65. Then my next question, which is kind of run over, is what are the dimensions of the box? Well, the width is just x, which is 3.65. The length is x plus 4. Well, 3.65 plus 4 is 7.65. And the height is x minus 1, which would be 2.65. That's it for that one. Alright, let's look at our last example, example 4. The volume of a cylinder is, I forgot to put the actual volume here. It should be 44 pi. Okay, so the volume of a cylinder is 44 pi. The radius of the cylinder is x plus 1, and the height of the cylinder is x plus 6. So again, we have to remember what our volume formula is. For a cylinder, volume equals pi r squared times height. So my volume is 44 pi. pi times r squared. Alright, well my radius is x plus 1. So x plus 1 squared is really just x plus 1 times x plus 1. And my height is x plus 6. Okay? And now the problem is really just the same. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is get rid of this pi. There's a pi on both sides. Just take it out. We don't even need it. So 44 equals, I have to start by distributing. So x times x is x squared. X times 1 is x. 1 times x is x. 1 times 1 is 1. If I simplify that, right, combine like terms, 44 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. And I have to add the x plus 6 in. Again, distributing 44 equals x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 6 is 6x squared. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 6 is 12x. 1 times x is x. 1 times 6 is 6. Combining like terms, 44 equals x cubed plus 8x squared plus 13x plus 6. The last thing I have to do is subtract 44 from both sides. So I have x cubed plus 8x squared plus 13x. 6 minus 44 is minus 38. So then, right, I have to type that into my calculator. Again, I'm going to use menu 331. Menu 331. I have a degree of 3. My, I need to move it so I can see what they are. So I have 1, 8, 3, that's a 13, and a negative 38. Press enter, make sure it's right, press enter again, and I get 1.43. So x equals 1.43. So then what are the dimensions of my cylinder? Right, I get the radius equals it's x plus 1, that's 2.43. And the height is x plus 6. 1.43 plus 6 is 7.43. Alright, sorry that video was a little long today. We'll try and have a short one tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll see you tomorrow.